So apparently we are in frame drop hell. Alright, I'ma hop on board Discord. Hello. Is my mic connected? I'm assuming not. Testing? Weird.
Xenoblade.
Oh no, my mic is not working. Okay, let's try this. Testing?
Rats.
Haha.
God.
So OBS is picking up my mic, but not Discord? What the hell?
They're not hearing anything.
I am going to exit Discord and reopen. Let's see. Huh. Testing?
Thanks. When does update? Love to hear. They're not hearing you on Discord. They hear you on stream just fine.
It's always one thing or another. Okay, my computer's picking up the mic now, but not Discord. Let me look up something. Let's see. All right. Testing? Oh shit. Did I get it to work this time?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, there we go. Alright, I gotta turn down the background music. It's a lot louder than I expected in my headphones.
Yeah, my voice is like picking up just a tiny bit on stream.
Yeah.
Like I could barely hear myself.
Let me go ahead and turn that up. Oh yeah, your volume is only 100%. Okay. Should be a little louder now. Now, finally gonna play Xenoblade, and I'm using my Pro Controller this time because my Joy-Cons failed me last time terribly.
In all fairness, my right Joy-Con is don't have joystick issues, so I've been using my GameCube controller ever since.
That's a good idea. Honestly, I am not particularly big on the Joy-Cons. Like, I like them for a lot of things, but it's like an issue of what am I trying to say? It's like I got my Switch on launch day, and I think since day one, it's actually had issues picking up, or like it's had issues with the analog sticks. Like I remember in Breath of the Wild, because I mean that's the first game I got, of course. The Link would just go off running on his own, and I'm like, that was before I knew Joy-Con drift was a thing. So I'm like, what in the world is that? Right, I'm gonna turn up I turned up the Discord audio and trying to get the YouTube audio a little lower, so hopefully it picks up your voice a little easier.
It's always fine whenever when you do these things.
Yeah.
Especially like 10, 60 FPS.
Yeah. And I don't care about the frames, to be honest. I'm recording this anyways. I'm just gonna post it to YouTube when it's all done. So it's like, if OBS doesn't want to, because like my internet's fine. Like I am not having internet issues at all. It's just OBS being stupid apparently. Because yeah, my internet connection is just fine, and I even have a new laptop and everything too. So everything's running smoothly. It's just OBS not wanting to cooperate apparently, or my mic. But I mean that's normal.
My only issue right now is that it keeps delaying the alerts. At one point I got like a wait where it only showed like a black screen.
Oh no.
And then one frame my wait message. My wait alert. Audio played just fine, but the animation just did not want to play.
Yeah, that's the thing that happens. Oh, technology. It's a beautiful thing, question mark. I don't know if that's appropriate, but I guess that's kind of where we're at when it comes to technology. Yeah. Also, I should probably cast my stream to Discord. Oh, it's already sharing the game. Cool. Wait, it's reversed though. It's reversed. What the heck? Excuse me? Alright. I'm gonna swap to this screen. Yeah, it looks just fine in OBS, but on Discord it's reversed. Oh yeah, time to mute that. Okay. Yeah, watch the text come up on Discord. It's all backwards. Oh, goodness.
I've not seen this, but it's not nice that Xenoblade got a post major voice.
Yeah.
Because like I don't think it had any original.
Oh really? I've never actually beaten the original. I got really close, but I got stuck in I think it was the Bionis Interior the second time you go there. I think I got stuck on the boss there and I just could never beat it.
Yeah, I think it was
Okay. I know that. Oh yeah. I know that on this, like, it only really shows this the first time you boot it up, but then once it like loops through all the different landscapes, it goes back to the normal title screen. Oh goodness. Yeah. Like it just shows us like the first time you boot it up, and for some reason the audio for the game was very loud on stream.
Yeah, one job.
And it's whatever. Yeah, technically spoilers or whatever, but I mean this is a New Game Plus playthrough, so I figure it's like, yeah, that's a thing. I'm playing on casual mode. What?
I've only just gotten around to Prison Island on my playthrough.
Oh,
because
man.
gotta play it before it comes out and it takes over my life.
Oh yeah, exactly. And I was thinking of doing just a run through of the story itself, like ignoring all quests, but my brain wouldn't let me do that. I'm like, you know what? What is my current quest? Okay, it's just my monkey brain. It's like objective must complete.
Yeah, same. I try to
Try
to go most of the quests when we're getting into the late game. Did not work out against the boss. Had to like train up a little bit just because I forgot. Oh yeah, this boss.
Oh goodness.
Took me like 3 or 4 times to even beat it.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, it's been that long.
Yeah, man. I beat this game first when back when I was still living in Ohio for a while. I think just one day I decided, because I was unemployed at the time and I wasn't really doing anything else at the time, so I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna open up Xenoblade and play it for a few hours. And a few hours turned into 10 hours, and then I did that for 4 days in a row and ended up beating the game like very quickly. Because like in these games, like I talk about how I always want to complete all the objectives, but then I proceed to go and like I think once I reach a certain point in the game, like I just want to progress the story, and that's all I want to focus on. So I just stop focusing on all the extra crap, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna speed through this so I can actually see what happens next in the story. Because I mean, I have an idea of, or like I had an idea of how the story of this game went, but I wanted to actually see it firsthand, because I watched Emil's playthrough when it was first coming out, but I didn't actually really watch it to the end. So I was like, you know what, the rest of the game is technically blind to me, so I'm just gonna go on ahead and beat the game myself. And then it took many years to do it, of course, because I couldn't get the game until I was like 20, and Emil's playthrough is coming out when I was 17, I think. So was I 17? Yeah, it was 2014, right? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, it was that playthrough was like almost like I'm commentating while playing games. That playthrough was like almost eye-opening in a way. Like, this is one of those landmark games I consider in my life, like a few games that just completely changed the way that I see games in general. It was let's see, it was this game, Earthbound, and Persona 3. Those are like the 3 big games that like completely changed my views on video games as a whole and made me realize what games could actually be. And watching his playthrough of this was awesome. And then I still haven't watched all the way through Xenoblade 2 yet. I was waiting until I actually beat the game myself, which I finally did, but then I proceeded not to watch his playthrough because it's over like what, 200 episodes or something like that.
You know, because Xenoblade 3 is going to be even longer than that.
Oh no, yeah, you know it. It's probably going to be quite a few years before he actually gets to it, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, I've been trying to avoid many Xenoblade 3 related stuff on Twitter as of late, because I've seen like the second trailer a decent amount of times. I think I'm just gonna do just experience the rest of the mechanics and stuff on my own.
Exactly. That's how I've been doing it too. Like, I want to play the game completely blind when it comes out. Like I vaguely know like the characters' names and stuff, but I'm like trying to keep it intentionally vague for myself, because I don't want to know everything about the game when it comes out. Like, I think if I was younger, I would definitely like that, but I don't know. Older me is just like, I want to just kind of see the game and experience it that way. Also, I totally forgot I have quest markers up here. Should I do it?
I don't know, to kind of increase the accuracy audio in this version instead.
You know, I'm gonna Leroy Jenkins it.
Everyone, let's go!
Oh wow, we are. I mean, we're dealing damage. That's what matters ultimately. You know what? Yeah, I should probably do this. I don't play strategically. I just kind of turn my brain off anyway. He's not dealing spike damage anymore, so that's good. Also, I'm playing on casual mode, so I'm not gonna die. Like, if I do die, it's not gonna take much to bring anyone back.
Look at you being down, I'm playing extra mode.
Yeah, I am a coward, and I'm willing to admit it, but that's okay because I don't video game well. I suck at pretty much every game I play. Like, the only game I've ever really been good at is honestly, I can't really think of a game I've ever really been good at. The only one that comes to mind is like Dragon Quest, and even then, there's no being good at Dragon Quest. It's just smash A. That's basically the gameplay. Yeah, like, I feel like this guy is the first enemy in this game, or in this current playthrough, that has actually dealt damage to me. Like, I fought the territorial Rotbart earlier in the playthrough, and even he couldn't touch the frigging party. It's like, this is basically just God mode the game. Oh shoot, he actually knocked Ryan down, okay. I'm not even gonna do it. Oh yeah?
I do like some of these moves of the game, if I'm honest. Especially when it comes to spiking. Enemies not spiked. The original was not very fortunate when telling you that. It was like, oh, I guess it's gonna get spike damage. Yeah, but so it happens.
Let's keep on going like this, guys.
Oh fun. I do love this game, and I love the changes that the Definitive Edition made in general. And I also really like the reorchestrated soundtrack, but I'm doing this playthrough using the original soundtrack just for, well, mostly nostalgia's sake, and I also really do like the original soundtrack too.
I mostly just stuck with the original because, God, I don't like the revamped version of those who stand against, boss teams. It's like,
Yeah, I can understand what you're talking. I can understand like entirely what you mean. I feel like I can't remember which song it is, but like they changed the key in one of the songs, I think, or like it's in a maybe not necessarily a different key, but like some of the pitches are a little different and is a little weird. But like I do enjoy the tracks in general, but I definitely would say that between the two, I still definitely prefer the original. I also haven't played Future Connected yet, but I love the battle theme in that.
I'm surprised you weren't playing for that shit. Considering that's like right after the main story.
Oh yeah, I will play that.
Me who did the exact opposite and found out. Oh yeah, it unlocks a thing doing a certain thing. And I unfortunately went in and like, what?
Oh goodness.
Things like 2 years later does that, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Man, I need to play that, and I still need to play the DLC for Xenoblade 2. I haven't touched that yet, but after spending so long on Xenoblade 2, I was giving it a bit of a break. And I've heard that some of the quests in the DLC can be pretty rough, too. Like, not necessarily in terms of difficulty, but like I've... Oh, yeah?
I still have to give it Torna for the notorious thing.
Oh, no.
I'm not gonna say it because you have to play the album. If you get around to it, then you'll see it.
Oh goodness, yeah. The thing that I heard mostly about Torna is the fact that a lot of the quests are like looking for items that are basically RNG in terms of whether or not they spawn, or at least I've heard that like a lot of them are required or something like that. That's the main complaint I've heard about it, at least from a friend of mine who I let him borrow my copy of Xenoblade 2 like back when I first got it, and he originally didn't like Xenoblade 1. Like, he did get into it eventually when the definitive edition came out, but he could not get into the original. But Xenoblade 2, I let him borrow that thing for like a month, and he just casually beat that game like 3 times in a single month, and I'm like, I have no idea how you do that, but okay. And then he got because like I had the original version of the game where it didn't come with Torna, or I have the original version of the game where it doesn't come with it. So he just got it by himself for his own Switch and played that, and like, yeah, he basically said that. Also, I'm gonna let these guys think they can kill me. He basically said that the main issue with his main issue with Torna was the fact that like so many quests were material quests or something like that, like things where you had to go out and find like specific item orbs that didn't always spawn or something like that. Alright, they've had enough time.
I'm feeling it. And nothing's gonna stop us.
Just a little more.
I hear the story is depressing as crap though.
Yeah, let's end this.
Yeah, it's a people for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta figure a game like Xenoblade 2 is definitely gotta have a lot of tragedy behind it.
Xenoblade 3 is gonna be a lot worse.
Oh no. Yeah.
And that's just me guessing from what we've got so far.
Yeah, from what I've seen some interesting things, definitely indicating certain characters from like previous games being involved in something like that, or I mean, why does this have to be so far away from any landmark? I don't want to say anything. Well, I guess it's not really a spoiler if like nothing in the story has been confirmed, but apparently Melia appeared in like the latest trailer or something like that, and it's like an older version of her or something, and she's like a bad guy or something like that. I don't know. That's what I've heard though.
Well, I mean, for those that definitely played 1, it's kind of obvious who the mask characters are if you played 1
Yeah.
and 2. Let's be fair.
Yeah, that's true. I do love seeing the elements of 1 and 2 kind of coming together in one game. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, I'm not gonna like say anything story-wise because spoilers, of course, but I freaking loved the ending of Xenoblade 2. I was very surprised by it. I've been playing the Trails series so much where those games' cutscenes go on for hours sometimes. Like in Trails of Cold Steel 3, the ending of Chapter 1 is a 3-hour-long cutscene basically, but that's also because it's the way I play the game. Like it works like Xenoblade cutscenes are more cinematic and they play out like movies. Trails cutscenes are more like visual novel-esque, so like they only progress as fast as you want to progress them basically, and I like make sure I hear like every single voice line and everything like that, but still, those games have a lot of dialogue, and the ending of Chapter 1, like, I was up late on a work night, and like back then I had to wake up early for work, and I was staying up late, or I was like, you know, it's 10, I'm almost at the end of the chapter, I'll go ahead and just beat this chapter real quick. And nope, there's no such thing as beating a chapter real quick in a Trails game, because I beat the boss, like...
Regrets the main night.
Yeah, the boss itself took me like maybe 10-15 minutes or something like that, and then after that it was just non-stop cutscene. Like, when I play those games and it comes to the cutscenes, I always play like right up until the game forces you to save, basically, because it does like a checkpoint thing where, or I guess Xenoblade does the same thing. Like the end of every chapter like brings up the save screen. Like the Trails games do the same thing, and the Trails games do a lot of the same things the Xenoblade games do. Like, it's insane. But I usually play until then because, I mean, you can't really save otherwise, especially in the middle of a cutscene, and it went on for 3 hours. Lots of, like, it was really cool though. Like, for how long the cutscenes are, they're still really cool. Like, they are absolutely worth watching, but my goodness, they go on for a long time. But anyway, my whole point in saying this is I'm like the Trails series has got me so used to long, drawn-out scenes like that that when I got to the ending of Xenoblade 2, I was very pleasantly surprised with like it was long, but not it didn't overstay its welcome. It was like the perfect length that it had to be, and I loved that. Man, the
I just gotta start starting the game. It has a 4-hour-long freaking credit sequence. Let's get your Kickstarter ever.
The games just keep getting longer. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I love long games, but sometimes it's nice to have a game with a little better pacing, I guess. Like, I've been getting into the Tales series recently, and those games are not something I'd normally play because they're more action RPGs as opposed to turn-based, but they're really fun, and the stories are all really interesting too. The what am I trying to say? I keep rambling, but there's also other points I want to make, so my brain's trying to connect all the dots, but like it's impossible because none of them are really connected. But the Tales series, it's like it's one of those series that's been going on forever, and I don't know, I really like it. I keep hearing people complaining about certain games, but I feel like the stories all have something to offer, and I really appreciate it. But I'm also a very optimistic person when it comes to games. Like, I think the only game I can really say I've ever actually disliked is Dragon Quest II, and not even because it's a bad game. Like, it's a good game. It just sucks at the end because that game is awful. Also, I could have just pressed minus and saved myself some time, but you know, whatever. Like, yeah, it takes a lot to make me actually dislike a game. I had a point there that I was gonna make, but I'm a. So, oh my gosh, what am I trying to say? So like with the Xenoblade 3 coming out, I'm actually doing a bit of a project that won't really see the light of day for a while. Honestly, it probably might not even see the light of day until Xenoblade 3 comes out, but I'm doing a series where I will be playing through the older Xeno games. I'm currently playing Xenogears, and then we'll actually do a Xenosaga after, because I figure, like, I mean, everyone knows Xenoblade at this point, but I feel like not nearly as many people are familiar with at least Xenogears. Like, Xenosaga probably a little more, but Xenogears has kind of been a little hidden away, especially because of like, it came out right after Final Fantasy VII, so yeah, a bit overshadowed by that game, but it's still a really good game. I'm actually impressed with what they did, or what they managed to do with Xenogears, and it's an amazing game, and you can definitely see like where the Xenoblade games are getting their inspiration, like when you look at those games, because that's the main reason why I want to get into older Xeno games. I actually feel like Xenoblade 3 is going to be bringing more of those elements into the series again. I mean, freaking Xenoblade... Oh, yeah?
I think... Not really spoiling anything, I'm just speculating at this point, because I think Future Connected kinda has themes,
This
at
isn't
least.
going well.
Sorry.
It touches on
It's my
things that
fault.
just makes you ask what is going on. Is basically what I'm saying. Because like when I played through it, I was just like so confused on what exactly was going on, aside from the whole thing of just like gotta kill this thing. Don't know why. It just gotta kill it. Is it gonna affect something? Yes. It ultimately did.
Of course. Oh man, yeah, I need to play that. I just need to start ignoring side quests for the most part and just play this game all the way through, because
You're letting little pound as it is, man.
yeah, exactly, but like I can't help it. Like I said, it's my monkey brain. It's like my monkey brain sees objectives that need to be accomplished, and I'm like, I like checking things off a list. I'll do this. Which is funny because I'm not even a completionist. That's just how my brain works. It's like I'll do side quests if I feel like it won't be an absolute waste of time, or rather, if it'll be a fun waste of time. Like, it's time I don't mind wasting, so to say. But Like, there were some quests in Xenoblade 2 that I felt were just so long-winded that I just couldn't bother. Also, these... Oh. Hello.
These attacks.
I forgot it was a unique enemy. I also really hope none of these guys wake up. So far it looks like he's the only one targeting me, so I'm assuming we're fine. Wait. Okay. I wasn't sure if I was actually aligned well with it all. But, yeah, what I was gonna say was, Xenoblade 2 already actually brings back quite a few elements from Xenosaga, or at least a couple that I noticed off the bat, because, I'm not super familiar with Xenosaga yet, but I saw a cutscene compilation for the entire first game, so I'd say I know the story pretty well. And I mean, first off, there's the obvious reference of Cosmos being in it. I mean, she's literally a blade you can summon, and like she was literally one of the main characters of the whole Xenosaga trilogy. But the other, oh, he already came back? Dang. The second thing I noticed was Pyra and Mithra's core crystal. I think, yeah, like when it's in its full. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the other thing I immediately noticed. Like, the Zohar is one of the first things you see in Xenosaga, and I'm like, that looks strangely familiar. And then, in my Xenogears playthrough, I'm already picking up a connection between that and Xenosaga. The main character of Xenogears, at least the first game, is named Shion Uzuki, and one of the main characters in Xenogears also has the last name Uzuki, so I'm kind of wondering if there's like a connection there. And like, they're both scientists too, so that also kind of leads me to believe that either it's a reference or it's some sort of connection, but also it's Monolith, so who knows, they're crazy when it comes to their storytelling. It's like, there's probably all sorts of connections that we're not seeing, and I'm sure that Xenoblade X has even more connections given the whole sci-fi aesthetic. Also,
I mean, we won't know until Xenoblade X2, but that hasn't
man, I hope they eventually at least release it for the Switch, mostly because my brother still has my copy of Xenoblade X, so I haven't been able to play it in like 3 years. So I'd love to see like at least a re-release to kind of bring it back into the limelight a little bit. Also, this stream has not even been a stream; it's mostly just been dropped frames. It's like, I look down there. I look down there and it says 78,000 dropped frames. We've only been streaming for half an hour. Technically,
and that's the issue with high FPS, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. It's whatever. Man, I am.
Speaking of, there's also, aside from Cosmos, there's also another. I think it comes from Xenogears as well, if I remember correctly. Tielos, I believe. These are New Game Plus Blade.
Okay, I haven't played New Game. Okay, I haven't played New Game Plus yet, so I haven't been able to see it, but I might soon. I don't know how long Xenogears is. It's only a 2-disc game. Like, it's a PS1 era game, so it's like split into discs. And I heard the second disc was like very heavily rushed, though, so like the story quality kind of drops off. But the oh, there it is. Okay. I'm thinking of maybe doing Xenoblade 2 New Game Plus either after I beat this or Xenosaga or Xenogears, whichever comes first. But honestly, hang on, I kind of want to look it up now. What is the name of the New Game Plus Blade? Like, I don't actually mind too much about spoilers.
There's a couple of New Game Plus Blades with the whole DLC thing.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there's a lot.
Fair. Oh man, I'm thinking of just restarting the. I'm gonna stop the stream, keep the recording going though, so that way this is all on YouTube for whoever wants to watch a bunch of rambling about this awesome series. man, that's another thing I love about this series, compared to Trails. Like, every Trails game so far has taken me over 100 hours to beat, and these two games have both taken me under 90, so it's like they're almost the perfect length, I think. They, like, it goes back to the whole thing I was mentioning with the Xenoblade 2 ending. Like, I feel like they're long in the perfect way, where you don't actually have to worry much about things going on for hours, and it's like, it's just perfect. Oh. Now OBS is claiming that I can't connect to Twitch. There we go.
Shit.
Oh, already in the red. Haha, yay.
Big saves.
Yep. It's fine. It happens. Oh, man, what? I'm trying to think about where I was going. I was saying something about... Oh, yeah. The length of the games. Like, this game took me about 87 hours or so to beat, whereas I think Xenoblade 2 took me even an even shorter amount, or no, it took me a little longer. I think Xenoblade 2 was almost like 90 hours, but still. That's also because I skipped a lot of the side quests, like I said, because I think the main reason I skipped a lot of side quests was because I didn't have all the field skills required for a lot of them, and I didn't feel like grinding all those out. But you know, I might do that in New Game Plus. I kind of want to try doing a 100, no, not 100%. I feel like I go crazy. I definitely want to complete as much as I can next time I play, though. Yeah.
Because of my original playthrough, I have not completed one. I have not even finished this best because it's so tedious.
Oh man, I bet. I've heard some horror stories about trying to 100% Xenoblade 2. I don't think I'm quite ready for that.
Just need to go through that quest in particular. But it's crazy what he had to do to even make sure it's in one video.
Oh man. Yeah, I really need to
I'm
actually...
not sure if we got to that point.
I really need to watch his full playthrough, because I mean, that man's got some dedication for spending 2 years on that series, or whatever the length it was. 'Cause yeah, he started in March 2020. That was like right at the beginning of quarantine that he started. Also, all of a sudden, why are you claiming? Okay, my GPS is all weird.
Nah, it does that. It's just like if I get to one point, it goes into the next area. And it's just...
Oh, I apparently haven't been here yet. Okay, cool. Wait, is this on the upper level? Oh, it is. Okay. Well, I've really not been here yet. I could have sworn I was, but whatever. I know I did get one secret area, or a secret landmark on this map at least, I think. I could be wrong, but whatever. But yeah, I want to at least get this marked off.
I ain't so terrible doing auto. I've only just done the one mandatory, one wine fun.
Yeah, I know.
I've just not done anything else.
That's basically, that's...
This is story.
Yeah, that's how Heart to Hearts go. Like, at the beginning of the game, it's like, they give you 2, and then that's pretty much it for, like, the next 20-ish hours. Well, probably even longer than that, because, like, if you're playing the game normally, like, not on New Game Plus, you still have to worry about increasing affinity between characters before you can do most of them. They're still cool, though. That's one of my favorite things in a lot of RPGs. Just having the party members interact with each other. That's something that I kind of missed from Octopath Traveler. I mean, they did add it eventually, at least, but like, that game's story is really cool, except for the fact that the story is so, like, the story about each individual character is so large that they don't really have room to fit interactions between the party members, because, like, they each have their own agenda, basically, and each chapter is about each individual character, not all the characters as a whole. So it's more like you're just playing what is it? It's the only game that comes to mind is Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, where the story is split between the three protagonists. It's like that, but for 8 characters pretty much, and then they just all travel together to kind of help each other out, but like they never really talk in the story. You get some optional dialogue here and there between party members. Like, I think that's because that was the main complaint from the game demos, was the fact that, you know, the story's cool and all, but you never see the party members interacting at all. Like, aside from their initial conversations where it's like, hey, you want to join my party? Like, that's basically it for the most part. So, I'd love to see another game like Octopath with more character interaction, but I can only imagine how insane that would be, because I feel like with that game, I don't think it's required to beat the game with all 8 party members. I think you can potentially beat it with even just one character, but I have no idea how you do that. You have to be like some sort of crazy glitching speedrunner or something to do that, because that game is hard as crap even with all your party members. Like, I've heard that even at level 90.
Like, I started on a few character quests, and it's just like, as time went on, things was like, I'm not. These stories are good and all, but I'm having just a rough time dealing with enemies themselves, and that's because I just don't like. I'm not grinding, so I'm not actually having a good time with hitting a decent level to handle the bosses with. But it's, I just cannot get into it.
I don't blame you one bit. It's
just one of those ones that it's a rough patch.
It is. I feel like you have to be in a very specific mood or mindset to be able to play that game, because of, like, it is a very grindy game. Like, there is no escaping that. I hear you can beat the game at like level 60 if you play your cards very, very right, but even that is, oh wow, I just missed the button. Even that is like something on its own. Like the game gives you level suggestions for dungeons, and even at those level suggestions, when you fight those bosses, they have so much HP that, like, even if you're over leveled, it's gonna take a long time to take them down.
Yeah, the bosses are just huge damage sponges.
They really are, and some of them deal so much damage too. It doesn't matter like how much defense you do; they will like take out half your HP in 2 turns.
Yeah, like, come on, I prefer my true super fine bosses to have 3 damage sponges. Not literally every bomb boss is gonna be standing in my way.
Yeah. The plus side about
The
Octopath.
only game that goes to mind is Stellar Glow. Nobody is gonna be able to play it anymore because the eShop's closing.
Oh shoot, you're right. Man, I'm very glad I got Dragon Quest 7 then, because I bought that like 3 weeks ago, and then because I knew the eShop was closing, and I wasn't sure if it was already closed or not, but I got on that real fast because Dragon Quest 7 was the only mainline game I didn't have yet, and because I had no memory on my 3DS because I have no SD card. But man, that sucks that they're closing it. There's so many 3DS RPGs I wanted to play.
Yeah, but again, it's understandable because silver cost and all that. It's tough to keep up, which is why the Wii U servers closed down.
Yeah, well, I mean, also same for Wii, right? Like once I feel like once the system gets old enough, then Nintendo probably sees no point in keeping support up, which I absolutely understand.
Yeah, it kind of gets too stressful on the environment just to have those servers running and just nobody doing anything with it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh yeah, I don't know why, but I remember that in the cutscene was Zora takes Juju. At nighttime, the music just does not play somehow, and I do not understand why.
That's interesting.
Like, I don't understand. It's a very weird thing, and I only saw it happen once, and that was when Horizon Dawn was playing through it because of TRG calling it cheap incentives.
Oh man, I still need to watch those streams. Like, I saw a little bit of the first one, but I didn't get to catch the full thing because Twitch was really acting up that night, so I just exit out. And I've been meaning to eventually watch it because I've been excited to see him play it since even suggested it. So I'm excited for it in general, but I can only imagine how it's going. It's just weird to see him playing an RPG on stream in general.
Yeah, because normally he doesn't play those because Fortune Pig does. RPGs take a long time. And
Yeah, like that. Yeah, I mean, I think there was. I can't remember which Coliseum it was, but there was one Coliseum where I think it might have been a Chaos Fortune Cookie or something like that, where he
This
ended
is
up
Colony
playing
6.
the intro to Xenoblade
It's like a
2,
fortress.
and pretty
Do people
much
really live
just
here?
the intro cutscenes
So
took up
much
the
has
majority of the
changed.
time slot for the game.
It's only been a month.
We'll find
I think that was
you
just like a regular
and
Fortune
smash
Pig.
some
Oh,
metal.
okay.
Or something.
Wait.
Oh yeah, it might have
We
been.
can't just
Yeah,
rush in.
because I
We could
remember him
enter
talking
through the
about it
mine.
because like the intro cutscenes
Mine.
lasted for like 25 minutes. And he's like,
There's
well,
a
there's
massive
most of the
ether
time or
deposit
something
under
like
the
that.
colony. The first settlers here built right on top of the mine. That's how we got our
Yeah, a
colony.
lot of RPGs do take
The
a long
mine is
time
like a
to really
network of
get into.
tunnels. It's much more
The-
complicated than
or
the colony
most modern
streets.
RPGs, honestly.
They can't have
Like
figured it all out in the space of a
for
month.
the Persona series, like
So,
it'll be an
She
hour
means
before
it's
you
the
get to the
best route
combat
if we
in
want
those
to remain
games.
unseen.
You're catching on.
Great. So how do we get in?
Through the drainage outlet. It's just up ahead.
Which sucks because Xbox fans are happy that Persona is coming to them, but I'm still not happy because they're not coming to Nintendo.
Yeah,
And we only have Persona Strikers.
and yeah,
Like,
not.
Nintendo.
I was gonna say that's not even technically like. I guess it's Persona, but at the same time, it's a Warriors game. It like you can't call that.
It's actually Persona.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it is really cool though. Like they did nail the Persona 5 aesthetic, and it's really cool that they just basically did a sequel story to Persona 5, which is also kind of sad because they retconned Persona 5 Royal basically, and I won't spoil why, but basically Persona 5 Strikers does retcon the quote-unquote true ending of Persona 5 Royal, but like because
Yeah.
it goes by the ending of the original Persona 5, but I mean Persona 5 Royal added like an extra 20-30 hours of gameplay, so it's like they retconned that by excluding certain people and things like that. But honestly, I think it might have been like I think Strikers might have been in development at the same time as Royals. That's probably why.
Probably.
And I mean, it's also done by Team Ninja as opposed to Atlas. Like Atlas probably just supervises the project as opposed to actually working on it themselves too. But still, the whole point is that we still have yet to receive proper Persona on the Switch. Although we did get Persona 4 Arena. Like that's another thing I guess we've got. And we also have Shin Megami Tensei, which
Yeah,
is
but it's also a spin-off game.
yeah. It's a spin-off of a spin-off when you think about it, because Persona is a Shin Megami Tensei spin-off, and we at least have two mainline Shin Megami Tensei games on the Switch now. Those games are good. I love the fifth game. I haven't played it much because I am intimidated by giant demons, but it's still a fun game. It's like, well, because it's like it's unlike Shin Megami Tensei 3, there aren't random encounters, like you actually encounter your enemies on the field, and Shin Megami Tensei is already hard enough, like, the fifth game nails the difficulty perfectly, but the, there are, like in this game, there are plenty of really powerful enemies that will just kind of wander around the map that you are not supposed to fight, but of course, the game's like, oh hey, this guy saw you. You should probably start running. And then it basically becomes a horror game at that, which I mean makes sense. Shin Megami Tensei was originally a horror story, like in the original Persona. It stopped being a horror story with Persona 4 basically, but because even Persona 3 still has some horror elements. Like that game can be creepy when it wants to be, but Shin Megami Tensei 5 nailed it, I think, because that game's intentionally intimidating, and I adore it for that reason. But at the same time, I'm also very bad at games, so being intimidated by something that can potentially kill me and make me lose plenty of progress is usually not fun. So I haven't played it since like December. Yeah. But still, the point remains. Persona on the Switch. You know what would be really funny? If, like, you know, Xbox gets 3, 4, and 5, that's cool. But what if the Switch gets 1, 2, and 2? Because they're 2 Persona 2s. So it's like that'd be cool if the Switch got all 3 of those. I think it'd be, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Like, out of the Persona trilogy, those are the least technically, what's the word? The least technically intensive, I guess. So the Switch would have no issue running them, because I mean, all 3 of them came from the 90s. And I guess I can't say all 3. One of the Persona 2 games just came out in 2000, which is weird, but I guess like the 2000s era is just weird to me in general because of the fact that, you know, at that time we had PS1, but I can't remember when the PS2 debuted, but we were kind of getting into there, and then we were still getting Nintendo 64 games, but like the GameCube was coming out too, so it's like, it's always weird to see games on older generation consoles that came out in the 2000s. I don't know, maybe it's because I feel like they were more, I can't describe it very well, but I don't know, it just makes me feel old. I guess that's just the nutshell explanation. It's weird to think about game generations and how quickly they pass, because now we're in the next wave. I mean, the PS5 came out, and it's only a matter of time before Nintendo releases their own new console, but I have a feeling it's going to be a bit, like, before they do, but, because, I mean, they're going to ride the wave of that Switch money for a long time, I'm sure, but, it's a lot of craziness, and I'm just rambling at this point because I'm trying to keep talking while playing a game, and my brain doesn't let me do both of them at the same time very well.
Yeah, for me, this is kind of hard to do when you have another person in the room.
Yeah.
At that point, my mind is just like, okay, just focus on gameplay, just commentary, don't minimal.
Oh yeah. I guess I've also been practicing talking more in general because like at my job, it's kind of part of my job to keep the conversation going sometimes. So, like I've been practicing that for both my like regular job and also streaming and recording as well. Man, OBS does not want to work apparently, but you know what? I don't care too much. It'll be fine at some point. But yeah, talking is hard. That's the lesson to be learned here. No puedo hablar inglés. You got another quest for me already, man? Oh yeah, I think he wants you to actually kill it now.
And not just one thing, 3 things.
Oh jeez. The quest NPCs that give you like the series of quests is always so fun. It's like, oh hey, here's another one, and sometimes it just doesn't stop. I mean, it does, but it doesn't feel like it. Oh shoot, he wants us to kill a lot of things.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot. Like, for some reason I thought it was just like a single unique monster or something, but I think I'm thinking of another quest in this area. Oh, there's some right here. Okay. Can I get both of you?
Let's get around to Xenoblade next. What I wanted to do is just kind of spoiling something in the demo for Free Hopes.
We make a great team.
Is that in the demo for Free Hopes, the game is any save data of 3 houses, and when it comes to naming the buyers, it takes the name of the save file that you have in 3 houses, and it puts it as the suggested name for buyers.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So like, if they're able to port X to the Switch, I want them to not only keep the name tag system, but also be the appearance suggestion of when you last played Xenoblade X on the Switch.
That
It's hard to do, but that would be very neat.
that would be a very awesome
But
feature.
like, we're still on the same planet. Might make sense.
I thought it was a whole different planet. I love the music in X.
The amount of time when it happened. We focus on that
Let's
because
keep on going like this, guys.
God. The story of X is just like all over the wrong place.
Well, doesn't it end on a cliffhanger?
Let's stay alert.
Yes. And we get like one thread that only appears in one cutscene. It's not put up again.
Oh man, I need to actually play X someday.
We make a great team.
All the best potential is the Monolith. What are you doing? I think you had to get it out in time for the Wii U, but gosh darn.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, and like at this rate, it feels like they mostly want to focus on the main Xenoblade, because I think didn't Xenoblade X like not really have very well reception initially, or something like that. I know that it was definitely, it seems like it was very heavily disliked for a little bit, but then all of a sudden people started enjoying it.
I guess.
Or like I don't know, it's because I mean it is definitely very different compared to the I guess
Very different, but
yeah. I mean I really liked it. I was a little conflicted at first when I first played it because there was something I think
it's
I was
very MMO-ish.
yeah, I think I was also comparing it too much to the mainline series when X is its own thing. It's like you can't compare it to this series because they're not supposed to be the same thing.
But it's all that matters when it's not fun and there's a goddamn Telepia in it.
You know what? That's very true. I forgot about those little details.
And it's just the one Telepia. Just the one. The one Telepia that gets named for our Faust.
Oh man.
It's not really my friends. Why not? It's so hard to believe Xenoblade 3 was in development around the same time as 2 because, like, god dang. That's
Oh man, yeah, that was another detail I really liked about the final chapter in Xenoblade 2. I won't say, I'm gonna try to like mention it without being too specific, but like the part right before the final battle where you hear a certain someone's voice from yeah, I'll say it, from this game, I guess. Like when you find out that the two games,
mean, it's fair to say it. You have to Minato on your back.
yeah, true, yeah, I guess. Like I guess like I don't want to. I'm trying not to spoil the fact that the games are parallel to each other, but you know, it's whatever, I guess. Also, do storms happen at night? I don't remember if they do.
I think they do. You just have to refresh time a lot.
Yeah. I keep pressing the. I've been playing way too many, like other games because I keep pressing Y to open the menu, and because that's the menu button in Xenogears. You press square on the PlayStation controller, and triangle is the jump button, which I still can't get the hang of because platforming in that game is terrible. Like, RPGs were not made for platforming. Mario RPG is the only game I can think of that actually did it right. But, or well, I can't say the only game, but it's the only game I've played where it feels like platforming belongs. But like, you should not have platforming segments in an RPG because, well, you know what? I'm not even gonna answer that because there's no reason not to, I guess. But it just feels awkward because like it's not designed to be that way. Or maybe it is, and I'm just bad at games, which I think is the real answer here. Because,
Probably.
yeah, there was a... when I was recording episode 4 of my Xenogears playthrough, the 4th episode is like almost an hour long, and the first 7 minutes of it was me struggling to jump up just a few rocks. 7 minutes worth of that. Because, like, there's a difference between jumping and dash jumping, and what you're supposed to do is hold down circle to run, and then you press triangle to jump. But the problem with running is that if you mistime that jump, you're not jumping, you're just gonna fall right down, and I kept doing that. Yeah, especially PS1 controls where, you know, very, very few games used analog sticks. And unfortunately, Xenogears is one of those games that did not use them.
Take this! We got through that pretty good. Who else wants some?
We make a great team.
Your inventory is full.
Yeah, it's like, thanks for telling me that twice, technically.
We win! Let's not lose our heads, though.
Let's stay alert.
I don't want to know why these little things have ores on them. Look, you know what?
Let's not lose our heads, though.
Let's stay alert.
Alright, I think... You know what? I'm just gonna get this landmark to save some time. Like, there we go. Because, like, that's been my mistake playing this game a lot. Like, when I'm doing side quests, I do what I can to...
like once.
Yeah, it's a... You keep going back and forth, and you keep needing to walk everywhere because you didn't get the landmark. That happened to me at Ragwell Bridge here, because I didn't want to progress the plot, and because I just wanted to do the quest, but I kept needing to walk to that area, and I'm like, you know what, this would be so much easier if I had access to this bridge. So it's like, you know, at least I know when the story progresses now, though. Like, I've played through this whole game now, so like I know where what story flags will be what, so I'm not too worried about it, but still, my brain is very hesitant to progress the plot when there's optional stuff I need to do. And does he have another quest after this? Let's see. Yep, alright, cool. I like that the affinity chart thing blocked all of Charlotte's text.
What's that song I get here?
I'm trying to speak, but the game UI keeps blocking my text. I like to imagine someone like actually saying that vocally, but like everyone else can hear what she's saying. It's just like, in their world, there is no dialogue boxes, so they can hear everything they're saying. So it's just suddenly saying crap like that. They're like, what dialogue box do you... I guess I'm thinking about the... it like reminds me of the meta in Danganronpa 2 when when stuff happens. You know, I'm gonna do this before I forget. Wait. Oh, I'm not in the right area. That's why.
Yep.
I forgot that this is technically not part of the Bionis leg. When a character in Danganronpa 2 said, like, wait, so if this is a game, are the words I'm saying being displayed on a text box right now? Or he said something like that. Also, dude's gone. Like, he literally respawned and now he's just not there. Oh geez, my laptop is screaming right now. It's not happy right now. Yeah, I mean, it is a fancy gaming laptop. Like, it can do a lot, but at the same time, it's still a laptop, so, like, I can't imagine the battery is very happy. Like, I do have it plugged into the charger at least, but yeah, it's occasionally it'll just roar like that, and it's like, oh cool, you sound like my old Windows XP computer. Man, I was using a Windows XP computer until like 2016. I had one of those for a very long time. But no, not. I keep doing that. Like I try to open the map, but I'm always way too close to an NPC. If that isn't the story of my life, though. Alright, I think this might be the last of his side quests. Emphasis on think. Do I have all the items in this area? I don't actually remember if I do. Oh, I do, okay. And yet, I still don't have the last item for the Bionis Lake for some reason, and I still haven't gotten it. It's like I've come across every single, or I've gathered every single item orb I've collected, and I still haven't gotten that last one. It's like that's yeah, that's gonna be like playthrough number 3 at this rate.
Yeah, I haven't even bought like the other stab. There's like all the ones that you could get from trading.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I haven't bothered with that. In all fairness, I kind of technically get most of the quests in Outlaws just because I wanted to get through the doorway.
Yeah, you know what? That is perfectly understandable. There are a lot of quests in that area that I feel like I feel like you're almost expected to skip them at the beginning because of where the story's going. Like, I feel like that's the point where the story starts kind of shaping its own identity in a way. Also, do I have all the collectibles in this area? Oh. Well, yeah, I apparently have a new one.
How you do?
Cool. Alright. Oh, Topple 2. How nice when I have, like...
How useful.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, the equipment I have right now is the equipment that I use for the final battle. I don't think I'm gonna need anything else.
I want to go. I wonder if I can unlock the secret of the Monado. Turn around.
That is the funniest crap. When I first started this game, seeing him with the true Monado just casually right at the beginning, it was so good. And then, like, the regular Monado is still in cutscenes, though. It's just, it's fantastic.
Believe they've taken the mine too. That means the defense force and residents are... Oh no, Juju!
Keep it together, Sharla. Don't start panicking now.
Rhine!
You said yourself they can't have seized the entire area, right? I bet you they're holed up someplace safe. Juju is alive, and we're gonna find him.
That's why we're here. You can count on us.
Yes. It'll be fine. Rhine. Shulk. Thank you.
Time to move forward with the story. I am not gonna care too much about the optional stuff in here. Oh, really? Okay.
Your inventory is full. Maybe you should empty out your inventory.
And still not as bad as Dragon Quest inventory. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna skip most of the optional stuff here. Wait, did I just... I think I completely passed where I was supposed to go.
Was it?
Yeah? Is this the Okay, yeah, this is the right way. For some reason, I thought this was a dead end.
An ether rifle. Gado!
Charlotte, wait!
Gado!
I know that voice. Medic, is that you?
Otharon!
That's our cue, Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna set the controller down for this fight and just let the game play itself. Oh, well, at least move Shulk to get close enough. It's like, everyone else is still weak, but... eh.
Why bother with chances?
Exactly, like, you just... like, they're not gonna kill us. You see that? They're doing no damage.
Medic, why are you here?
Sir, isn't Gado with you?
We have much to discuss. You'd better come with me.
Sir.
So, something I'm wondering about New Game Plus. There's a fight in the Alchemoth arc that where Shulk, like the Monado is useless because
So,
they
Juju has been taken by
They're
the
like-
bronze-faced one.
they're people.
Sir, what about
So
Gado?
would you be able to damage them with the true Monado? I assume.
Gado is gone.
I would assume yes,
Gone?
because at that point it's like
What do you mean,
it's
gone?
the most powerful Monado in Bion is before it got reset.
True.
So technically it should.
Gado and I planned a
I mean, I would
surprise
be fine
attack
if
to
they
set
could
everyone
execute that in
free.
somehow, but
Yeah.
at that
'Cause-
point you have the most powerful weapon, life hardened.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like if you use the
But
if you use
we
the Monado
failed
weapon curse, I think it feels
miserably.
the same as the Monado 2 in a way, where you can just hurt them.
Yeah.
I haven't really tried because
When I woke,
I'm not in New Game Plus,
Gado was
but
nowhere to be seen.
Yeah. And I was just thinking about that because I remember the first time I did that fight, I wasn't prepared for it, and I had Shulk in the party, and he was just doing 1 damage every hit. I'm like, oh, this is
Only
awesome.
his rifle remains, but he is alive.
Like, oh, that's
I can
great.
feel it.
I
We may not
can
be joined by
contribute to
blood,
this fight.
but he's like a son to
you
me.
should see my fight.
I'd know if he were dead.
Oh,
That fight went spectacularly well.
Oh goodness.
Some of the people in Colony 9 got eaten.
Oh man, that
Nine.
part where you play as Melia by herself,
Sorry.
like
I
when I
forgot I said
first
that.
played the game, I was in
They
this
don't
weird
kill Holmes right away.
state
that
where
bronze
in those
faced
kinds
one
of
took him,
RPGs like
we
based
still
on
have some
class,
time
I
left.
never played like the magic
sure?
casting classes, so it was so
Boy,
weird playing a character that
blade was
wasn't
once Dunban's.
melee attack
I'm not
oriented.
sure why you have
And
it,
I don't know why, but it took me so long
we're
to get the
going
hang
to
of her
need its
combat. But
full
once I
power.
learned how to actually
count
use it,
on
I'm like,
me.
wow, she's actually a very good party member.
We're heading for the central pit. It's where they take all the Homs they kidnap. If Juju's alive,
You gotta
that's
have
where
to
he'll be.
if you want to get future connected.
Gather your things,
Oh.
we're moving out.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm used to it now. Like I love her.
From what I've played.
Oh yeah, I love her combat style. Like I'm definitely used to it now. But back when I first played this game, I could not get the hang of it.
Juju! Gato! This is for you!
Really is good gameplay wise. Story wise, poor Amelia.
What? What?
Like especially with my own connections between
You say
think-
something, Shulk?
in this game
No,
and Xenoblade
no.
3 just from
It's nothing.
recognizing a model.
Forget it.
I could say it because of spoilers, but
Yeah. Oh,
really,
yeah.
really got the worst. Like I can understand why Chuck definitely did the whole form, man. I think now.
Yeah, seriously. Oh man. That just seems to be a trend in this series.
Hurry it up, slow coach.
what's wrong?
Oh, OBS disconnected. Okay, that's cool.
Jojo! Gato!
Why the
This
internet?
is for
The internet is
you!
like it's gonna reconnect, but because like it's automatically gonna reconnect. But like my Wi-Fi is perfect on my laptop.
for you.
This is just probably OBS being
Is
stupid.
Juju already dead? Or is he going to be killed? Is that
It
why
might probably have to
Thar...
fiddle with OBS FPS settings or
Yeah,
for
that's probably
if it keeps going like
But
this.
then,
yeah.
what does that mean?
I'm probably gonna stop soon anyway, though, so I'm not too worried
If we
about it.
keep
But
moving, is
I'll get
Thar
it figured
really
out
going to
eventually,
die?
especially if I want to stream on a more consistent basis. Because like this is
No.
a new laptop, so
What's wrong,
OBS's
Phil?
settings are all at like their defaults, so I haven't actually messed
This
with anything
battle
yet.
is for my people. If you can't handle it, drop that weapon and head home.
That's not it. It's just that...
Out with it!
Listen. Maybe we shouldn't just rush in head first.
What?
Oh,
We got this far.
the thing caught right up
I
back.
think we should observe them.
Right
Plan
to
our
the
attack
mines.
afterwards.
You
Oh, goodness.
insolent!
There's
We
no
don't
contact
have that
whatsoever.
kind of
Going from
time.
Colony 67.
You don't know a damn
Hey,
thing
find the
about
mine.
these machines. I have observed their
Ah.
movements.
Thankfully, in the morning, it's not gonna matter.
I've
No.
planned this attack
Yeah,
for a
you know what?
month.
Honestly, at this rate, I might as well
I
just
know
stop
full well
streaming.
what's going to
If you want to
happen
catch
to
the,
my
oh, it's
brothers
green
and
now.
sisters.
Oh,
It's just-
maybe okay.
We're going
Literally
for
right
it.
before I was about to click stop streaming, OBS is like, no, I'm good.
Sir, what's got into you?
A vision again. Don't tell me another death.
Yeah.
I knew it. The Shulk I know doesn't just chicken out for any old reason.
This vision, was it like before?
Kind of. I saw an underground ether river. And a Tharon.
Huh. An ether river. You know what? That sword lets you see the future. All that power, and you still keep getting it wrong.
Better to use my brain than my fists.
Shulk, I may rush in head first, but at least my head's useful for something.
Okay, I get the idea.
I ain't done yet. You're useless on your own, Shulk. That's why we're here.
Ryan,
Next time you have a vision, you tell us. We bear the burden together as a team. You have a vision you don't like, we'll change the future together. Got it?
Got it.
What was that? Say it like you mean it.
I got it, all right. Next time I'll tell you.
He's right, Shulk. You two saved Juju once before. I know we can do it again. I believe in you.
Thanks.
That's another thing I love about the definitive edition that they changed compared to the original. Like in these cutscenes, they actually have like facial expressions.
Yeah, the models are a lot more expressive, which I get the feeling was the intention in the original. But
Yeah.
the liberties
Oh yeah.
possible.
I feel like they all like with the original game, they already pushed the Wii to like its limits, so there's probably very little they could actually do about that.
Yeah, when it came to later cutscenes, seeing a little bit more expressive, but it's like, so good.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's a unique monster in here? Oh, apparently. Alright. I honestly forgot this guy existed.
He probably would have been.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, because like, I'm not. Oh yeah, I am like not at all worried about fighting unique monsters or anything. Also, I'm not gonna pick any of this up because I know it's gonna say your inventory is full. But like, I do want to try taking on more of the super bosses, but like, it's not gonna be my priority to take out all the unique monsters unless needed for a quest. Oh yeah, I forgot. You have to like unlock it or whatever.
Yeah, you gotta do another thing.
I mean, so you can't just rush through a dungeon. Oh, whoop-de-doo. It's almost like they expect you to play the game or something.
I mean, more ways it probably makes sense because Gato went on ahead. with everybody, he probably still stayed right behind him. So
True.
It's over. Who else wants some?
Let's stay alert.
I'm trying to remember how to actually. Okay. Oh, I'm right on the edge. Can I get up there from down here? Well, not here, but. I honestly kind of wasn't paying attention, so I was just sort of. Oh, I think I'm going. Okay, I'm going the right way. I was just kind of speeding through it, so I wasn't really looking. I was like, I just looked on the mini map. I'm like, okay, I have to go here, and then I just walked in that direction. I'm like, oh yeah, I have to. Like, I knew you had to unlock the door, but I just... Ryan, where'd you go? I was just, I was just forgetting the order of operations.
yeah.
Wow, okay. Oh, why is OBS choosing to be good right after I was like, oh, I'm just gonna end the stream soon?
I don't know.
Because, like, yeah, now it's like... There are, like, no dropped frames now. It's just perfectly fine.
The strange wonders of streaming.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a thing. Alright, there we go. Man, I remember this place taking so much longer in my original playthrough. But I guess it's a lot easier when you can just kill things in a couple of hits, so that's probably why.
Yeah.
We're here. The
Oh,
central pit.
Honestly, I thought that one city in Macon was going to take a lot longer going back through it again, but somehow it was a lot easier than
Where are they all? I don't see
however
anyone.
long I took in the original.
Makes sense.
We'll take that lift.
I'm ready to mash some
Just like
mech
this,
on.
just
Yeah.
do it when you have the ability.
Juju,
to fast
the
forward,
Tharon,
because when you go back there,
just hold on.
and you decide, oh yeah, I can still actually go back to that place. Good luck. Good luck even trying to fast up out, because you don't have a choice at that point.
Yep.
Eventually locked out of fast up when you get back in.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I kind of get it. It's the waypoint. You can't really leave.
Of
like,
course.
normal way, but
Man, I love the whole second half of this game though. It's just so good. Like, this whole game is just great in general. Like, the I've definitely noticed that sort of pattern in these Xeno games where they tend to have like a slower start, but like it does not take any time at all for the story to pick up. And like the same happens in Xenogears. It's like it starts off with very humble beginnings, kind of like this game does. It does do, of course, the same thing this game does, where it starts off with something crazy at the beginning that just happens. And also, I do not remember where I'm supposed to go for the story here, but it's just slow at the start, and then because like it just gets you acquainted with the main characters a little bit, and it's like, okay, yeah, hey, here's the relationships, here's theirs, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, you know these characters you got so attached to? Here's them going through some of the most tragic crap they've ever been through. Have fun.
Trauma.
Oh yeah. For freaking, oh my gosh, I love the entire ending of Chapter 1 in Xenoblade 2. Just Rex's reaction to finding out what Jin did to him is just so perfect. Or like, the fact that he's more annoyed than anything else. It's just perfect.
Titan threat, I die.
It's so good. He's like,
This never happens to like a job.
it is so good. Oh man, I want to play that game. It's like, I love this game, but like, it's something that I talk about with the friend I was mentioning earlier who played Xenoblade 2 3 times after I let him borrow it. Like, I'd say that I love the story of Xenoblade 1 a lot more, but I love the characters of Xenoblade 2 more. Like, the cast of Xenoblade 2 is just incredible. And people can talk crap all they want about Rex's voice actor, but I love him. Like, I love some of the more cheesy lines. It's like, yeah, it's a little off-putting, but it's still, I find it endearing. But that's also because I grew up in the era of like English dubs. Oh, one of these. Wow, I haven't had. Is this really the first time? Like, don't you not get these until later in the game? I feel like these didn't happen this soon in the game initially.
No, I think it's when you get to the Bionis legs.
Okay, yeah.
When it happens. You just got a bit of luck with the item that happens to break the backhand.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I remember where I'm going. You have to just basically keep going down. Oh, there it is. No. There we go.
The worst kind of story was in. It's when, okay, yeah, I was in the game area and it was just broken party member number 7 and I got a vision. And everything we weren't supposed to meet by yet.
Oh no.
It was just kind of broken, just like this is a little bit later. Why did you give me the orange for this?
Oh goodness. So was it like? Was the game? So was it almost like the game spoiling some things in a way, or was it just more of a like a bit of a surprise where it's like, oh, that's not supposed to like be a thing yet?
It was a small bit thing that was supposed to happen quite yet.
Okay, that makes sense.
It was literally like it was when Soak and Seven were just going around and starting to explore where they were.
Yeah.
It was that early.
Okay, man. Oh, that's also another one of my favorite parts of the game. The music that plays in that region is like, that's a song I go back to listen to all the time. It is just, it's so good. It's like the Leftherian Archipelago music. It gives me those same vibes, and I love it.
Yeah, McConnell's and Jimmy music is pretty cool too.
Yes. I honestly can't say enough good about Xenoblade music, or Xeno music in general, because both Xenogears and Xenosaga are done by Yasunori Mitsuda, who did a lot of the music for the Xenoblade series too. So it's like they've consistently kept quite a few of the same composers throughout the series.
Yeah, and we're gonna have a lot more music in Xenoblade 3.
Yes.
Including flutes.
Yes. Oh man, I am so ready to hear what like more of the music in that game is gonna be. Also, did I really just come here for? I did. I can't even grab that crap. Why did I come down here? I think it's just instinct, because that's like what I do in this game. I explore every inch of the map.
Really shiny.
Exactly. It's monkey brain acting all over again. I see a thing, I gotta get it, but I can't because my pockets are too full. Okay, so it does go down lower. Because I think I got here from the higher level, maybe. That's part of my struggle with playing this game and just kind of, not necessarily rushing things, but like playing for the sake of just getting through the story, is that I often forget like where I'm supposed to be going, especially in this part of the game. Whoop, that was way too far. Let's play in Skyrim mode.
Just busted first guy move.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot that this isn't. Wait, no, that's. Wait, what?
This isn't Xenoblade 2 scammer.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. That's what I was trying to do, because I'm like, man, based on this perspective, Shulk is really short. Because yeah, like I love the Xenoblade 2 camera. They like that camera is really, the functionality of that camera is just really good. And then I play this game. I'm like, you know what? It's still, it does what it's supposed to, but I like doing more with the camera. Also, one of my biggest gripes with this game is the fall damage and the fact that it's percentage based, as opposed to just being like a quantifiable number. Because, like, if it wasn't percentage based, I could probably jump down there and survive if it like just takes out a certain chunk of HP, but like not based on HP. So it's like, or that sentence made no sense. If it was not percentage based, because in that case I could just be like, okay, if normally at this point in the game you'd have like 200, 300 or something HP, or probably a lot more than that. I've been playing way too many old school RPGs where your HP doesn't get high like in this game, but I don't know, I guess I just give me Xenoblade 2 fall damage where it's non-existent.
Non-existent. I say it's a 4 down. Trying to get down. I'm realizing there was a path to get down there several times. Even when trying to play as 4, it's just... Nope. just flat out no.
Oh man.
That was the amazing part. I was just trying to get down through it at one time.
Oh, wait.
Everybody else. Annoying for me.
Wait, are you talking about what I think you're talking about? Is it are you talking about a specific area in Xenoblade 2 where it's very easy to fall, like, everywhere? There was one area in Xenoblade 2 where, oh wait, oh yeah, I think you have to kill this guy. Okay, yeah. There was one part.
Easy.
There was one part in Xenoblade 2 that it was right before you finally get below the Cloud Sea. That area, I had so much trouble navigating. Like, I didn't get lost. It's just that it was so easy to fall, and I wasn't like dying. It was just more of a I kept falling and needing to go back up and avoid certain enemies that I didn't have the patience to fight and things like that. I skipped a lot of fights at the end of Xenoblade 2 because like it's the same thing I was just talking about earlier, where I'm in the mentality of just wanting to progress the plot. Like, I don't care about all the optional crap. I just want to see what happens next.
Keep on going like this, guys.
Let's not lose our heads, though.
I get the area you're talking about, but it wasn't that area specifically. It was like, it's in the snowy area.
Oh,
It's snowy.
it was such a cool region, but I did have a lot of trouble navigating that one just because of how many high-leveled enemies were all over the place. So, like, finding a safe route anywhere was near impossible. And then there were specific areas that, like, there was a quest objective that I saw on the minimap, but I saw no way of getting to it, so I just never did it. I love that region so much, but it was definitely a pain for quite a few reasons.
Yeah, again. That was the reason why I just kind of died the most, because I was trying to think, maybe I can survive with 4 damage.
Yeah, I think I know exactly where you're talking about, because I think I did the exact same thing. Like,
Gone.
maybe I'll live? I don't know.
So whose blood is... Oh no.
Yeah.
Ah, here at
I don't know
last.
if we can have that sort of thing,
We
but
getting hungry.
man's progresses by falling down. Kind of amazing, but kind of doubting.
Yeah.
That.
Oh, man.
It's him, all right.
Something that I was surprised to
to
see from the trailer for Xenoblade 3 is how many characters
Juju and the
are in
others.
battle. Like, aren't there like
Tell me where they
6
are.
people in battle at once? Or something like that?
6 with...
You want the
6
brat?
with technically a 7.
Feast
Yeah.
Destroy the mission.
It's like that's gonna.
I guess this kind of technically spoiling a little bit in future.
He's
but
still alive,
future connection was
but
kind of
don't
probably
think he will be
like,
alone.
get a bit more than that because
As for the others,
there's additional.
I
Because
just
you don't get quizzes
couldn't
and anything
help
like that.
myself.
None of those.
I ate them all up.
Yeah.
And it's like the chain cycle sort of thing. Well, if you help these characters
Welcome to our
with the side quest
banquet.
stuff,
Tonight,
going along and once you get
the main course will be
ties to them,
you.
you get the ability to launch
And if I've still got room, the brat will make a tasty dessert.
attack and like
My brother.
I'm Zord, your host.
and just like
Zord.
well,
So you have a name?
12 of them that you gotta find.
Oh wow.
That's what
So you
they
got
all
regular
say.
few party members in like
Can't say that
Small
I
size
remember
models.
it myself.
Oh.
I guess they were kind of
What's he talking
Yeah.
about?
Oh yes, it's
Yeah, they're
good
kinda
to see fresh meat on the
thing that
table.
they get
These colony folk just didn't fill me up.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Gado,
Man, yeah, that's
and
good.
different things
The
and
others.
how it's able to work on the Switch. Get the game to work out.
Come on, boys.
Oh yeah.
Dinner's ready.
Man. I am very ready for Xenoblade 3. I pre-ordered it, but I have to move out of my current house, so I'm worried about.
every one of you!
I'm sure I could change the address on the pre-order, but still, it's like that was my main concern. I forgot about that factor when I pre-ordered it because the game doesn't come out until like basically the day I have to leave this house. So it's like, oh, cool, that's a thing, but.
Not to mess the online failure of the
Right,
just
Shala.
god dang.
We are home.
They'll not be out fast.
And we won't
Yeah,
just stand
seriously.
here waiting to be eaten.
Crashing the Nintendo service. Oh. There's like a demon.
Monardo.
I mean, didn't that
You think that thing could get me?
that crap happened with Smash also when Joker came out? Like, oh my gosh, I was trying to download that DLC when Joker was announced. I don't really. Man,
It's the same as before. The Monardo's useless against this guy.
Everybody kind of went to my god. Everybody just went to it and basically just grabbed the silver and nobody did.
man,
Like, they didn't bother
yeah,
I just want y'all books so badly.
yeah. That I hear that's like the extra stuff that comes with these special editions are like
I've got to think
the
of
main
something.
reason why they're so cool. And if I didn't already pre-order the regular game, I probably would have tried getting the special edition. But I mean, I already have a regular copy of the game pre-ordered, so I'm like, I'm just gonna stick with it. But it does, like, it does seem cool though. I love special editions for games.
Oi,
Yeah, that.
now's your chance. Save Juju.
Atharon, don't do it.
They were all being shipped.
Hurry up.
Oh, okay, that makes
At
sense.
this rate, even if we save Juju, Atharon's gonna be.
Yeah. Also, did you notice I did this fight
see a
and
vision
literally
you don't
only
like?
attacked twice?
We'll change the future together.
Yep.
Got it?
That's about Shimano.
It's like, in,
Boss fight with sword. What's that? Bonk bonk.
literally, like in the base game, this fight is like meant to be challenging because you have the only way you can deal damage to him is to topple him, and when
Yes.
to topple, or you have to do a chain attack
That's
to
it.
topple him, I think. And
Right.
yeah,
You
that's
got Juju.
the whole reason he keeps
Shock.
summoning enemies,
What
because
you
that's the
doing?
only way you can get your party gauge to fill up. And it's just this fight's like actually quite challenging in the main game, but here we are, literally
Oh man.
5 seconds passed, and we only heard "Oh, look, a
No, I
fly
don't.
bit me" like
But I
once.
can do this.
Yeah, pretty much. That must be a freaking big fly, my dude.
Let's see if that mechon body of yours can withstand an ether river.
Juju, wake up!
Shala, leave the rest to us. Hang in there, you old fool!
Fall, you damn machine!
So something I've always wondered was so Zord, and I won't say his actual name because spoilers, but Zord and Metalface, like, they both are crazy as Mechon, but like
We can change our destinies.
other people involving
You
or
won't die
other
here.
oh man, there's no way of
Not
saying this
today.
without spoiling a whole bunch of crap. Man, I'm considering muting my mic on stream to like ask this question. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna mute my mic on stream to ask this question.
Get out of there! Quick! It's giving way!
He's gonna...
It won't be long now, my friends. But not before. Gado! This is for you. This is for the people of Colony 6.
But this isn't supposed to happen. Atharon!
Gado, I'll see you before long.
Ah! Ah!
Eh, I don't know. I'm probably only just guessing.
Ah, that was close. You want to hurry up? My arm's about ready to drop off.
Thank you.
Save the thanks for Shulk and his vision. As soon as I saw an Ether River, I knew this had to be the place.
Juju, you're safe now.
What did I tell you? You and me can make anything happen.
Yeah, you were right.
A boy who can change the future. I stand corrected, young man. You've done a great deed here today.
I didn't really do anything. I couldn't have done it without you guys.
Tell me, your vision saved me. But what of the others? What happened to Gado? I see. Shala, take this. Gado would have wanted you to have it.
Time to head back to the camp.
We'll need to get Juju some medical attention.
All right,
There's the
spoiler
freight
conversation
elevator
over.
on the next level. From there, it's an easy route out of the mine. As long as it's working.
Yeah,
We'll
there
know
was
that
no
when we get
easy
on
way to ask that question without spoiling
You
a
make
bunch
me
of
laugh.
crap.
Well, I'm right, ain't I?
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
I'm sure I've
We need
already
to move
spoiled
on and stop
plenty,
worrying
like
about every little
unintentionally, just
thing.
by saying things.
Come on,
but
guys.
whatever. It's like I'm doing my best not to spoil anything outright, at least. All right, hey, Zord's gone. We're safe, right?
Right. It's not like we're totally hinting at something else here.
Yep. I can fast travel, right? No. Okay.
Nope.
Oh man, I love this game.
Oh, I just sent a link
All right, cool. Thank you.
in your DMs.
All right, I'll definitely check that out once the stream's done. I think once our next party member joins, because that's happening pretty soon, right? Like, that happens after this fight, I think. I think I'll end the stream after that point. Oh yeah, and we're gonna get to hear one of the best songs in the game that you only hear once. And I don't know why it doesn't loop. I wish it did, because that song's good. That was the song that actually got me like hooked on this game. When Emil used it for his reveal trailer for his LP of this game, I was like, okay, I've got to check this game out. Back then, the game was still hard to come by, but now it's like everywhere. It's like Earthbound. It's like Earthbound was hard to come by for a very long time, but now it's extremely accessible, especially with it being on the Switch now.
Yeah, and if it hadn't been for Operation Rainfall, getting Xenoblade along with 2 other games, getting Professor Transfer,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have this. We wouldn't have the series. We may even have the trilogy of the series if it had just wait.
Yeah, seriously.
Good. Works perfectly.
You see? What did I say?
We're all impressed.
Hey!
Oh no.
Why have we stopped?
I don't know, but I think we're about to find out.
Not him again!
This one doesn't give up.
Oh, I'm so surprised.
This is our chance, guys.
I'm just gonna set the controller down. He's not gonna move much. I'm sure I don't really need to even move the analog stick for this fight. And the only reason that took longer was because they actually require you to take his HP all the way down in this one.
This is COVID-19 gonna be so ironic.
Did we get him?
Got to hand it to you. You beat me without even releasing the true power of the
I'm screenshotting that because I was gonna say I had to screenshot that because of the irony.
Sorry, boy.
Oh man, that was
I can't tell you that.
that was
You'll have
perfect.
to find out the truth on your own.
The truth?
When I became what you see now. That's where my
Oh,
eyes
okay.
were
I think that literally just explained my question
It was a good
technically.
ride while it
In a way.
lasted.
Like, not in detail. Like, I still
When you
am curious
became
about
like
that,
this?
but it's like
What do you mean?
something had to happen
Time's
in the
up,
process.
Pipsqueak.
that-
I'm gone.
Can't say too much more than that, but something had to happen there.
Get back! We
I
smashed
totally
that
forgot we had
bronze
Juju and
idiot.
Athara on for a second.
Now the people of Colony 6 can rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Are you okay?
Shala,
Oh, thank the stars you're all right.
where are we?
Just outside Colony 6. Thanks to Shulk and Rhine, we destroyed that thing. But not everyone made it.
Oh? I'm so sorry. Shulk? Ryan? I didn't mean to cause any more trouble, running off like that.
Forget about it, kid. We settled the score.
Thanks.
Yes, but there's still no sign of that Mechon with the metal face. He's the one we're really after.
Yeah.
Hope I'm not interrupting.
Oh, speak of the devil.
It's him! Metal face! Ah! Not just him! A whole bunch! And tons of them look like Zord!
Pathetic.
That's another interesting thing. So,
After all that talk,
why
Zord was
is
crushed
Zord one of
by
the
worthless
mass-produced
maggots
ones,
like
while there are
you.
some more
No,
unique
this one can
ones?
talk and all.
I can talk all right. And I got a good memory.
Yeah, okay.
Fiora, get out of there! Get out!
We have a lot of
Screams were music to my ears. My claws slid right through her soft flesh,
Yeah.
like a hot knife through
I like
butter.
Minecraft. Gold is wanted to be the before and dead.
Talk all you want,
Well, that's
because those words will be your last!
I don't think it's really.
Monado! Yeah, it's been a while. But you should know by
Yeah.
now. The Monado can't stop me!
Yeah, I guess so.
Shulk!
I'm gonna...
Any way you slice it, the Monado ain't gonna work, boy. Didn't work then.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Work now.
You know, we could just end this whole thing right now. Although, now I kind of wonder what would happen if we did just kill Metalface right, like at this point in the plot.
Nice.
Like, what would change in the story? Like, would they just go back home and that would be that, and then, you know, the war between Violence and Econos would just keep going until things got too bad, and then eventually Shulk's like, okay, now we need to get involved or whatever. Maybe it's like, maybe it's all just inevitable, so like even if Metalface died, things would keep going, but that's something Bravely Default 2 does, and I really like it. There's one fight in Bravely Default 2, also I totally forgot to put that in already. There's a boss in the beginning of Bravely Default 2 that you're not supposed to win against, but in New Game Plus, you can beat him. And if you do, the story actually changes. Like, beating the boss actually ends the game. It's at the beginning of the game, too. Like, you beat that boss, and, like, he dies, and everyone's like, oh,
I
well,
can take the smaller ones.
we don't
But the
have
rest
to do
will be
anything
like
else now. I
fighting
guess we
Zord
just save for the
over and
world.
over.
And then the game just ends right there, like, right at the beginning of the game. It's so cool.
Focus, Shulk.
Like, the credits roll and everything.
Ryan!
Almost like one of the little rogues you beat love was
Look at you all.
Look at this,
Oh, yeah?
little brain.
You get a secret stuff.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the... Man, I love Chrono Trigger.
You may be able to block a projectile, but let's see if you can block this!
Yeah, I mean, he blocked it pretty well, I'd say.
Tell me, how does it feel to be such a pathetic hero?
You okay, Dumban?
Oh, does it hurt? I bet it does. It hurts because the Monado won't work for a bunch of losers like you.
He says that's the one person who's got too proud of
Save it. I ain't interested.
Yep.
You little maggots need to learn when you've been stepped on.
That light. Everyone, fall back, now!
Won't change a thing. I'm gonna wipe you out once and for all.
Sure, are you sure? It's freaking cute, John Cena. Are you sure about that?
What the?
Plot armor.
Celestia!
Although it is actually explained, and I do appreciate
Now's our chance!
Your payback.
Oh, the true Monado would do way more damage than that.
Yeah, it's just a tiny bit more damage. Okay, now just a little bit.
Yeah.
We
Despite
must
how
be
Shulk's
outside
screaming,
the
he's
tower.
actually only using 1/10 of his strength.
Welcome.
That's the only explanation.
True heir to the Monado.
He's got the back cutscenes.
Yeah, exactly.
Weak and pathetic.
What or who are you? You will pay for what you've done! You will know the pain and suffering you caused the Emperor and Fiora! Another one.
Enough of this. You got lucky, brat. Next time, your head is mine.
You're not getting away! Get back here! Shulk! Ryan! Let it go!
You've got to be kidding! He's the one who killed Fiora!
Know your limits. We'll get another chance. Fine. That thing saved us. Whatever it was.
You did well. But what of the boy? Ah. Well then, there is much to be done.
I think he's another connection to the older games in the Xeno series. I can't remember who it was, but there's a character in Xenosaga who reminded me a lot of Alvis.
I thought it was you. Nice to see you, Dixon.
It's been a while,
I find more
Grandpa.
like that.
1 year, if my memory
It's
hasn't
got a
left me.
natural difference in between
Good to see you
the
haven't
original
kicked the bucket.
on the 3DS and
Put a sock in it.
Yeah.
Wait. Dixon. Dunban. You're the heroes who risked your lives a year ago in the battle to defend the colonies.
I can point out this was between 1 and 2, but yeah.
Yeah.
What's a pretty
Yeah.
young lady like you
Yeah.
doing hanging around with this bunch of slackers?
Dunban, Dixon. Thanks for helping out back there. I don't believe we did anything.
He's right.
No, I totally depend on
Save your
Yeah.
thanks for that
Banana
giant
idea.
bird.
What was that thing?
A
You'd think someone
Telethia,
would have said something by
a
now.
mystical beast that protects the sleeping Bionis. Though I've never heard of one ever venturing down to where us Homs live. Strange.
A Telethia? So that's what it's called. A mystical beast that protects the Bionis. So, what's your plan from here? Follow that metal-faced machine, I presume?
What else? He's gonna pay for what he did to Fiora.
Well then, there's only one place he'd go. Galahad Fortress in Sword Valley. A year ago, those things were building a huge fortress, right in the valley. Tactically, it's an excellent location to launch attacks from. I feel there's a strong chance they've now finished building it. That would explain why both colonies were attacked recently.
Sword Valley. The very place where we made our last stand 1 year ago.
So it's settled. Bash down a fortress and smash some metal brains.
Easy, Rhine.
Shulk?
There's somewhere else I need to go first.
Well, what could be more important than... Wait, you saw another one.
Saw what? What are you on about? These visions sound pretty handy.
It's clear
Well, out
Dixon
with it.
hasn't been playing the game.
What do you see?
Otherwise he'd know
I was
that Schultz is
somewhere
having visions.
very high up. I was fighting at the peak of a huge tower. Fighting Metalface. I heard a voice. And then the Monado's power was unleashed. His armor instantly gave way.
It's very weird. It
The
felt like I'm
Monado
not down
doesn't
here,
work
like-
on Metalface at the moment.
Yeah?
But if that vision comes true...
A tower, huh? Doesn't give us much to go on.
Can you remember anything else from your vision?
I remember... a huge horn. That's it. As I fought Metalface, I could see the Bionis head.
Prison Island.
Prison Island?
I've never been. But I've heard of a black tower at the head of the Bionis. They say it was built by the ancient High Entia race.
The High Entia are real. I thought they were a myth.
I wouldn't blame you, son. An ancient race living at the top of the Bionis? It does sound crazy. But Bionis is home to all kinds of different people, not just us. That includes the High Entia.
The High Entia, huh? I dismiss them as folklore as well.
Never assume anything. Seeing is believing, right?
Have you ever met one?
Well, yeah.
Wow. Dixon, man, you're just full of surprises.
What can I say? I'm well traveled. And it's all for your future. Day and night I've searched for new lands, met new cultures, and gained knowledge for our people. The life of a wandering old fool. A lonely one at that.
Stop your whining. You do it because you enjoy it. And you make a tidy profit.
Who asked you, Dumban?
Well then, Shulk, what's it to be?
We'll head there.
There are alternatives. We could abandon the colonies, find a place the Mekon will not discover and live in secret.
I realized something when we were fighting Zord. Wherever we go, they'll follow. We can't run from these things. We must fight on.
I see. Then I am obliged to join you.
You want to come with us?
Scared I'll get hurt?
No way. We know you're stronger than anything. Right, Ryan?
You bet.
I've recovered a great deal since we last met. And that miserly old coot over there made me this. Sharp, light, perfect for cutting through steel. Show me a Mekon and I'll slice it in two. I might not be in peak condition, but I'm useful.
I can't thank you enough.
We're in it together now.
You can count on us, Dumban.
Miserly old coot. That sword is forged from Mekon armor. It's worth every penny.
So you keep saying.
If you want to go to the Bionis head, you'll need a guide to get to the upper regions.
We're at the bottom, so I guess the only way to go is up.
Right. But we'll need to go up the lower back first.
The lower back?
Colony 6 is right at the top of the Bionis leg. So we'll have to head around the waist. Through a place called Sartol Marsh. Follow me.
Alright, I think I'll go ahead and end the stream there. That was a nice little plot dump right at the end there. That's always a good way to end things. Thank you for joining the stream. It's been awesome.
No problem.
Oh yeah? With that, I will...
Been a long while.
Yeah, it's definitely been a bit. I'm definitely hoping to do this more, at least semi-frequently. And I'll figure out OBS's settings, so hopefully next stream will be a little smoother. But yeah, have a good night, man.
You too.
Alright. And I'll go ahead and end the stream, and then end the recording. Farewell.